Welcome back to Good Things Utah. We can all do little things, little exercises to improve your day-to-day mental health.
Mckenna Brown is here to tell us about thinking traps. Okay, Mckenna, we're so happy to have you back.
Thank you for having me back.
What are they? What's a thinking trap?
So thinking traps are cognitive distortions. A lot of people don't know what they are, so I call them thinking traps. It's where we get caught in these negative beliefs, negative cycles that we can't get ourselves out of, and that affects our self-love, our self-confidence. So as a self-love confidence coach and mental health educator, the basis of rewiring our brains is being aware. That's the basis of foundation of self-love and confidence, is being aware of what we're thinking, what trap are we stuck in, and how do we rewire it and rephrase it to move forward? How do we rewire our brain?
Okay, before we talk about that, let's talk about some of these traps that you are hearing all the time.
All the time.
Should we talk about is it catastrophizing?
Yes.
I do that.
Worst case scenario, like if this, and a lot of moms that I deal with, we have intrusive thoughts. If I take this next step, I'm gonna drop my baby. If I do this, then worst case scenario, I can't leave my house. And where we rewire by, okay, well, what facts? In CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy, we say, well, what are your facts? Let's check the facts. What are the statistics? And walking them through and thinking, oh, what are the chances of that actually happening? What is a more positive way to look at this? And what would you tell a friend going through the same thing? Right?
This is so interesting because we both said we do that.
I do it all the time.
Spiral. But I think that it's hard to know how to begin the rewiring.
Yes.
To really give the focus to, okay, that is not going to happen.
At first it seems silly.
Don't give that the energy.
Of course I know I'm not supposed to think that way and I'm supposed to love myself. But the whole basis is starting the rewiring by creating the awareness and rephrasing things is actually psychotherapy. It is rewiring your brain to consistently be aware of your thoughts and then rephrasing them, is changing your brain chemistry.
Mckenna, you have a long list of things that we do.
Oh yeah, and that's not even all of them.
That's not even all of them.
Well, it's just to be aware, because knowledge is power. We need to be aware of how we're thinking.
All right, what about this one, blaming?
Oh yeah, because we have a hard time taking responsibility, like, oh, this is what I did. This is how I can make the situation better. But let's read the description really quick. What does it say?
Your mind quickly puts full blame on another person or yourself for circumstances that were not within
With
your
children,
control.
I lost this. Who took my coat? Someone else moved it. When we realize, oh, I put that there. I'm blaming someone else, but I'm not taking responsibility that oh, no one else stole my things. No one else took that. I actually put that there. And oh my gosh, we do that at my house all the time.
And I think when you do take accountability, that's so empowering because you can see where you're showing up, how you're participating in whatever the situation is.
Absolutely.
Okay, your mind reading, I think, is one that a lot of us do. We think we know.
Someone looked at me wrong. Oh, they must hate me. Oh my gosh, I'm the worst. And it's actually, maybe they're going through a rough time and I should go check in, ask them how they're doing and not take things personally. Oh, they looked at me this way. I'm horrible. Is my hair wrong? Just don't take it personally. Don't read their mind. Actually ask them how they're doing. Are you okay?
I like this one too. Your musts and your should.
Oh my gosh.
When your expectations fall short of what I must be doing or I should be doing.
That phrase, stop shoulding all over yourself.
Wait, I haven't heard it. I love it.
You haven't? Okay.
I thought you were swearing on TV and you weren't.
I almost did because I say it a different way.
But I mean, my kids are graduating.
Yes.
I have a new baby. I should be this way. I'm an empty nester. I should be doing this.
No. And then I have a free printable on my website that you can it has all the cognitive distortions right in front of us, and it has the work page. I actually pulled this out with my nanny last night, hey, let's walk through how you're thinking right now, and how can we rephrase this? How would you tell a friend? And I think that's such a good perspective, and we talked about this earlier, but when we give advice to other people, we need to take our own advice.
And we would say it to them in a kind, gentle, loving way.
Would you say that to your best friend?
And we don't talk to ourselves that way. We beat ourselves up, and so we need to practice that self-compassion.
Absolutely. And then we can help other people be aware. And then we can create this positive circle of lifting each other up where, hey, I had a friend tell me the other day, you're actually jumping to conclusions right now. What facts do you have? And I went, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, because I was falling into a thinking trap.
Okay, so as a mental health educator, what have you noticed? You call it rewiring. It is a process.
It's a process.
It might work sometimes, it might not work the next time.
Right. Well, when I walk women through, and girls, my 7 steps on how to create it. So creation is being aware. The nurturing is the consistency. In bringing it into your daily life, and rewiring is the nurturing. So it's the consistency, it's the constant work. You don't just snap your fingers and you're done. You want to lose weight, you have to eat healthy and work out. You want to be self-love and love yourself and be confident, you have to do the work. And this is walking you through those steps.
What would you say the first thing is to do if we want to just start today? What's the first step to start implementing to rewire?
I think it's actually it feels backwards and a little bit upside down. Is what are some negative things you say to yourself on a daily basis? Write them them down. Then I go, okay, now go back to a couple negative things you said, and it's an English assignment. You don't have to believe it right now, but let's turn it into a positive, right? We're in like 3rd grade. What's a positive? And then use that as that's what you obviously need to hear the most. Write that on your mirror. Put that on a sticky note. Make an alert on your phone. See it on a look yourself in the mirror and say it to yourself. That's what you need to hear.
It's so true. If you don't recognize it, how do you know what you are trying to rewire?
Exactly. What do you need to hear the most?
All right, Mckenna, where can people get your list and discover their own thinking traps?
On my website, it's just McKennaRoseBrown.com, and I'm on Instagram, and I like to create mental health awareness with a little hitch of humor.
Oh, I see. You're fun.
We love it.
You're a fun girl. 15% off when you mention you saw this. GTU, thank you for
GTU
doing
15,
that.
And I sell journals. Go get it. You can use my discount
love it.
website.
She's
We're
all
doing
over
it.
Instagram and TikTok and all the things.
All the
Go
things.
to abc4.com/GTU for more. Okay, up next, the final book.